There are a lot of misconceptions about AI agents. So I want to talk about what they are and how you can use them in your own life and in your business, because if you're not already, you will be very soon. This video will be part of a larger series of how to incorporate AI into your business and your life. So if this video isn't for you, if you're already using some of these tools, go ahead, check out the timestamps or check out some of the other videos that will be coming out in this series. Thank you. Welcome to another video. If you're new here, please like and subscribe, and let's jump into it. So what is an AI agent? An agent is a system that perceives its environment and acts upon it to achieve specific goals. And it has this core loop of perceive, decide, act, repeat. But what the heck does that actually mean? This goes beyond simply answering a chat, simple responses, and it goes into the realm of actually performing actions. And that's really the key part. So it perceives an input, either from the user or something automated. It decides, it reasons, it thinks about that input and decides what it needs to do with it. And then it acts upon that decision by using tools. It can call APIs, open browsers, and perform actions for you. And then it repeats semi or autonomously some of these actions. Common misperceptions about agents. We're going to get into examples of the use cases for agents in a minute, but first I want to talk about what they are and what they aren't. So they're not just an LLM. ChatGPT 5.2 or Opus 4.6 are probably the higher end ones right now that most people are familiar with through tools like ChatGPT, where it's using one of the LLMs, one of the large language models owned by OpenAI to operate that channel, that chat. If you're on the free version, you might be on a version like 4.0, but if you're on the paid version, you're probably on 5.2. Those change over time, and there are different LLMs used by different systems, but the LLM is usually the core, the brain of the agent, and it's not the agent itself. Chatbots are great. A chat interface doesn't automatically make a system an autonomous agent, and most of the AI agents you've being sold by SaaS tools or, AI agents that you see for sale on some website to run your chat system, your help support, most of those are just AI in a fixed workflow, and they're selling them as agents. And the other thing it's not sci-fi. We're not talking about AGI here. We're not talking about anything that possesses human-like intentions or self-set goals. The goals that the agent operate towards are set by you, at least to some degree. The real test here is, does it continuously make decisions and act towards a goal if you walk away and leave it alone, or do you need to continually prompt it? The key characteristics, once again, goal-oriented, we talked about that enough. Stateful, does it maintain a context and recall progression during tasks? So memory, when you're talking to ChatGPT in one channel, it will know what you're talking about, but it doesn't know what you're talking about for the most case across different channels. Tool using, it can leverage things like external resources, APIs, code interpreters. It can open the browser to accomplish tasks. And agents are also semi-autonomous. They can operate independently, and you don't need to walk it through step by step. Feedback aware, they adapt and improve their performance based on what they've already done. So what are these super typical use cases? I make a joke here. These are kind of the vanilla watered down ones. We will go through this channel and talk about some more fun, experimental, crazy ways you can use AI and workflows. But let's start with the most common examples being implemented right now. First of all, intelligent scheduling is a very popular one. I live in Japan. Maybe you live in Canada. We can sync up our schedules, and an AI agent can suggest meeting times, and it can do things like, hey, there are no overlaps, so let me do X, Y, Z. It can also interpret vagaries, like if I say I'm available in the afternoon, but I don't give a time. It can learn, optimize, and operate across diverse timelines. Proactive inbox management. Emails are a hassle. A lot of people use AI agents to monitor, automatically categorize, and draft content-aware replies, and flag urgent communications. Streamline customer support. This is another similar one where it's taking an input and it's supporting requests, gathering essential information, and routing inquiries. And what's interesting here is when you have the autonomy, it can do things like resolve issues or elevate problems on its own. You don't have to say that every time the AC is broken, that's a level 2 problem. The agent, based on context, can learn what to elevate and suggest what to elevate on its own. DevOps operations, this is where we're getting more into the enterprise side of things. You can enhance a lot of efficiency and reliability by automating infrastructure management, code deployment, system monitor, or incident response. Now, I know that's very vague, but bear with me. Continuous data monitor and reporting. This is where you can track news, market trends, operation data, either to sell a product or even just if you want to tweet about what is trending every day, an AI agent can give you those reports. This is also something that you could automate with a workflow, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So when should you consider using an AI agent if you're not already? And honestly, you definitely should be considering it. Identifying scenarios. So first of all, is this an ongoing action? Is this something you have to do repeatedly? For example, emails coming in all the time from different people about different things. Reasoning versus execution. Is there a requirement for intelligent reasoning? Does the agent need to read your email and understand it in order to give a response? Probably. Can it plan and adapt, or does it simply need to execute? Hey, anyone who sends me an email, send them a thank you? Or does it actually need to plan and adapt based on what you like, what you don't like, its own memory and the execution over time? And distinguishing from workflow automation. So AI agents are suited for tasks demanding autonomy, learning, and strategic thinking beyond simple automation. And we will get into things like, I'm working on a video for N8N versus OpenClaw, a very popular agent at the moment. When should you use a workflow? When should you use an agent? And it's not always separate. A lot of people use them in conjunction. We'll get more into that in a second. Understanding the costs, I'll make this quick because this is if you want to dive your toes in. Just to give you an idea, most people for their first agent experience are using ChatGPT agents. This is a function you get with Plus or Pro. Plus is obviously $20 a month. Claude or Anthropic has not exactly agents, but they have a lot of tools for creating agents, and they have a lot of tools that function similarly to agents, and they have similar price ranges to OpenAI. If you're a small business or a non-technical user, this is where we're getting more into your Zapier starter or professional kits, or as I mentioned, an N8N cloud starter, where you're in anywhere from $20 to $50 a month to get these going. And then if you want to get it more technical, if you want to be more developer oriented, you want more control, you can get into some of the self-hosted stuff, some of the LangChain builds. And this is where, once again, can actually be cheaper monthly, but you have things like token costs, server costs, API costs to consider. Breaking that down further, what are the types of agents? So you have the managed hosting agents. These are your ChatGPT agent mode, your Claude, your Copilot that I've talked about, where you basically pay a subscription fee and it works. You can have self-hosted agents. These are agents you manage, providing full control and persistent operation, but you also have full responsibility. So an example would be something like OpenClaw. People are hosting these on their local servers or they're hosting them in the cloud, but you have pretty much complete control of all those files. You can edit them. It can edit them itself based on your directions, but it gives you a lot of freedom. And then you have hybrid agents. This is probably the most popular, especially when it comes to running businesses, a practical approach combining both the self-hosting logic and the hosted models for building this balanced approach. Maybe you want some things that you want saved locally for privacy or security reasons, or even compliance reasons. And then you have some things that you can have in the cloud running 24/7. I'm seeing people do things like operate entire teams of agents in this function where they have some agents running locally, some agents up in the cloud as kind of the smart or the head of the business. And there are all kinds of crazy models you can get into, and we will get into in further videos. Keep in mind that real autonomy is usually on the enterprise or development setups. What you're getting for the consumer agents, most of your ChatGPT agents are session-based assignments, and you're not going to get the same power. That's it for this video. I want to keep it short. I'm going to make future videos to talk about the best tools for specific use cases. So if you want to talk about a certain use case, let me know down in the comments, and I might be able to make a video showing you how to set that up and optimize it. If you're running a business and you want to include more AI, more agents, more workflows into your business, it's something that I'm integrating every day. So let me know as well. Feel free to reach out and we can talk further. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you on the next one.